No
Chris
clearance.
Carter.
We could talk about this Chris Carter interview about the NIL. What's the NIL?
Name and likeness. NIL is name and likeness. So, as former NCAA athletes, you and I, Jay, we were not allowed to be compensated in any way, shape, or form for being an athlete. We couldn't make any money off of our name. We really weren't allowed to take money. We couldn't even take money from nobody. Like if somebody found out that somebody gave us $50 and they might have been associated with the college, that could have been an issue. For some reason, we couldn't get no money. Name and likeness has now made
even at the Division 2 level, like
even
really?
at the Division 2 level. Yeah.
You know how many people? You know how many people have just given me $20 that I look like in life? like you're telling me?
Yeah. So some of the big like situations in the past, you had Terrell Pryor, former quarterback for Ohio State University. He made money off of signing some paraphernalia, signed some paraphernalia back in Ohio State, sold it, and he was not allowed to. I think there was something where he couldn't come back or he couldn't play. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Reggie Bush.
They took that. He took his Heisman.
Reggie Bush signed. Reggie Bush had an agent before he graduated. And yeah, they took back his Heisman. They pretty much that whole championship team.
Yeah, they wiped that team from the books.
Away the national championship team from the book.
That was fucked up. It's like, are you serious? Like,
first of all, everybody remembers that team. And the messed up part is they still play games. They still play football games on TV of that team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like how you wipe a team from existence, like how you wipe them from the record books, and it's not like you niggas is Thanos and just snap them out of existence. It still happened. Too late. Take the L. Like
the Fab Five.
Fab
Five, their
Chris Webber.
Final Four and all that stuff is just sitting somewhere in the storage room. Like all that is stupid. So name and likeness now, players are allowed to make money off of their likeness.
Yeah.
Even as college athletes, you got, for example, the quarterback for Alabama. I'm forgetting his name, but he already had like $1 million worth of endorsements before the season even started. You know what I'm saying? Like now you see college kids in the commercials.
You see you're seeing like Barstool, for example, Barstool Sports signed a bunch of kids. Like from not even like from major sports, from like random sports, like friggin' like the lacrosse teams, the field hockey, like
So
Chris Carter, these kids are making money.
Donald, you know who Chris Carter is?
Yep.
Chris Carter, former receiver for the Vikings. He was part of some of the greatest Madden teams ever.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? Played with Randy Moss, legend. He said, so he did an interview, right? And he was talking about how, he said, because he did a lot of getting paid behind the scenes too. Like he was,
it was, even though it was against the rules, a lot of people were still making money. People still make money.
And you ain't had no choice, man, especially if you in
as they should.
Yeah, you got a free education.
Exactly. You coming from the hood.
That's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough. So Chris Carter was like, if he's saying if he had name and likeness, it would have been 10 times worse for him because he feels like the money that he got while in college led him to doing cocaine.
Yeah.
That's what he
and that was just 15 G's.
I watched the video. Now look, maybe it's just me. Now he
didn't purposely do the cocaine.
Right.
He didn't know the weed was laced.
So what is his logic behind that? So is it just like
he's saying he pretty much
been more wild because he would have more money.
Yeah, he would have been wild with more money because he was pretty much saying, like, I think him having that type of money put him in certain rooms. And when he got in that certain room, unknowingly he smoked some weed that was laced with cocaine, which got him
specifically crack cocaine.
Specifically crack cocaine, which led him, which he was somehow able to still perform on the football field throughout all of this. But once he got into once he became a pro, before he got to the Vikings, he was down bad with the Eagles, bro. Like he was in Philly and not doing good. Partly one, because he was in Philly, and two, he was doing a lot of drugs. He had to go to rehab and get his life back together, and then he went to Minnesota and became who he became. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, he says with NIL, like, dudes gonna act stupid.
I agree with that.
He says it's better for the women and the smaller sports that can really take it and do something impactful. I'm like, bro, you really disrespecting niggas right now.
Yeah.
What you think? What you think, Donald? What you think about all this?
I think that, I mean, looking at that, like, you know, there's a lot of people who are basketball players, like, who probably, you know, got to take care of family, you know, and you think about like the money that they can get that can like change their parents' life on a college level, like that's huge. Like they can become entrepreneurs before they even reach the age of 21.
Yeah,
like owning their own business, buying their own houses, you know, going to real estate. They don't even
have to worry about going to the NFL no more. All these kids,
some of them are already doing that.
Yeah, like
so
I think it changes the D1 dream.
Yep, and I have to say that people won't. Go ahead.
I was gonna say now that the D1 dream was always so like you go D1 so you go to league and so you can be rich. Yeah. Now all you gotta do is go D1 so you can make some money. And if you know what you're doing at the end of the day, you can be rich.
You can choose to go to league, you not choose. It just creates, you know what the part, I think the whole thing goes to they have options. Like they just don't have to be a basketball player. They can be more than that. You see what I'm saying? Like I can be
it's a double-edged sword though.
Yeah, it is. You could argue that's what they're going to college for though. You're not going to college to make money, you're going to college to get your education you can make money.
But you should be able to go to college and make money. You should be able to go to college, and while you're in college, you should be able to make money. And you should be able to use college as a quote unquote safe haven to learn how to like make the money. Like college should really be used to advise people while they're like trying different things. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like for them, for instance, college athletes can what will be best is with the name and likeness to use college to help you figure out. You got these professors and all these and the guidance counselors there, like they should be able to help you figure out like, yo, these people are bogus. This is a good deal. You should be able to do this and that. And we could break down why. We can help you figure out why. Like there's so many educated people in this space to help you really navigate it so that because people are going to try and take advantage of them because these kids are only like 18, 19, 20, 21.
For sure. Especially now they got money in their pockets. But also we don't even know how much they're making.
Oh, I mean, it's based on who got the bigger name, who got the amount of who got the hustle. You know,
because if you think about it, a lot of these kids that was getting money to go to these schools back in the day, they were getting like 10 G's off the gate, right? And then let's say like you're nice and you just wasn't one of them kids who got money. Now with NIL, you probably still ain't gonna make that money because it's like you probably won't sign that many endorsements.
Well, what they can do now is you can start your own brand. You can start your own brand while you in school.
Yeah, you could do
start a YouTube channel. There was one kid that had a YouTube channel, but
he picked YouTube and
they told him he couldn't play if he kept YouTube.
Yeah, if he kept monetizing it
over football
because he monetized it.
And so, even if you don't,
I'd be pissed now if I was him.
he was a kicker. Even if
he was a kicker. He was a kicker. That's crazy.
Yeah, even if you don't get the big endorsement, you're still able to. You can make a brand name for yourself. You know what I'm saying? You can make up your own jersey and sell it on campus and stuff like that.
True, make a couple bucks.
Yeah, but I don't know. Go ahead, bro.
No, I just think like it's an incentive for them to like stay in college and get a degree and then like make something out of themselves without just having to go to basketball because you're gonna make more money.
NCAA was losing. They was going to lose a lot of money if they didn't do this.
Because
you know what I'm saying?
If you think
especially
about it,
basketball.
Because the G League was like, yeah, we're gonna take you right out of high school.
G League was overseas takes you right out. I mean, you go straight overseas, play a couple years, and then go to the league. NFL, I mean, the NFL to college pipeline is pretty much set though. It's hard to. It's gonna be hard to do anything outside of that. But I'm glad that the football players can figure that out. Now the problem with it is, as an athlete, at that age, it's gonna be hard to be all in on football and focus on your business at the same time. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure they'll make it work. I'm sure they got a
but
team
now they
around
could
them
have
now.
the exact what I'm saying. Now they could actually have people to help them with the business, as opposed to like you just taking this money and then you keep it in hush hush. Now it's like, oh, I got so and so. You could even have like your boys you're in school with help you who are business majors. You know what I'm saying? Like help you with the business as they're learning.
There's gonna be what's that show on HBO with The Rock?
Oh, Ballers.
There's gotta be a new season coming soon, bro.
Nah,
that
show
I thought that was done. It's done.
That show got canceled. That show was terrible, bro.
I love that show. Bro.
It wasn't that bad.
Fire,
it was a good show.
That was a bad show, bro.
That show was fire.
That show got
I promise you. I'll tell you that. Look, it won't surprise me though if they come back with a season getting the name and likeness.
That show got canceled like 3 years ago.
The whole joint was about this.
It got canceled like 3 years ago.
Yeah, but Succession been in the making for like 2-3 years. It's finally coming back.
Yeah, but Succession was never canceled.
Good. Yeah,
Succession gonna be fire.
That's a good show, but it was never canceled.
That's coming out what next week?
They said Ballers is canceled.
Ballers has missed an opportunity to make another season. All about
they not missing the opportunity. The HBO still
did they make like
done. They
did 5 seasons, so I mean it's a lot.
And they said the last season was the last season. The Rock ain't
what I'm saying is
the Rock is finally an owner of a team.
The show was about this. The show was literally this was one of the main points of the show. It would have been cool to see another season that somehow the Rock is into figuring out how to fix all that shit. That's all I'm saying. That's what I thought about. Anyway,
please don't make another season of Ballers.
I love it, man. Shout out. Well, you know what? Everybody from that show is just big time now. Like these dudes have gotten some major roles.
Some of them. I mean, Denzel's son is like,
he
was in the Christopher Nolan movie. So
yeah.
And then The Rock, it's The Rock is always gonna be The Rock.
Nah, but even
and then the other dude,
he's on Kanan.
He's on Kanan. That goofy ass.
What other dude?
The dude you watch Kanan?
Yeah.
The one that
older brother.
The oldest brother. He's messing with that white girl.
Yes, I know you're talking about. Yeah, I know you're talking about. Yeah.
Good show.
Anyway, all right, not anyway.
With this NIL thing, with the money and college thing, what do you think it would lead to corruption? This is what the NCAA was.
What can be corrupt though?
I don't know.
Yeah, what's corrupt about it?
I don't know, but that's why they didn't want the athletes to make money because it could lead to corruption. But
I think what it could lead to is, I think what it'll lead to. I don't think as many players will play the big time football, especially if you're already a big name. I see a lot of black athletes
going to HBCUs. What's his name? Mikey Williams.
He may or may not. I mean, I don't know. Did he sign anything yet?
Nah, not yet. But he's
looking into it.
He said he'll look into a HBCU. But knowing now, he got over 1 million followers on Instagram. It don't matter where he go to college no more. If he go to a HBCU and just starts making mad money at HBCU, that will be crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I see. I think it's going to be a shift. I don't know when because this, Alabama's still Alabama. At least in football, you know what I'm saying? Those schools are still those schools, but I'm hoping we'll see a shift. Shout out to Dion Sanders. I was watching Jackson State versus UL Monroe. Even though they lost, they was hanging in with them. That was big time to see them they only lost by 6. It was 13-7 or something crazy. And if more players can go to HBCUs and we get more competition, more money going there. There's no telling them schools are going to be playing the big time schools and not only competing, but you're going to get some upsets soon, especially from the HBCU. So I'm looking forward to it. I hope this changes the whole landscape of college sports, showing how you don't have to go to these PWIs to go pro.
These big colleges they're smart. They know. So they're going to do whatever they can to get these kids to come to their schools.
Yeah. That's a fact.